Hey folks, welcome back once again. Today's story is about a single decision, a decision that changed everything for this couple and put a full stop to the life they once knew. What happened on that day? What forced them to disappear from the outside world forever? It's Maya and Bobsy's wedding anniversary today. To celebrate their special day, they decide to take a short, peaceful trip, something intimate, just the two of them. Their journey begins in the vastness of the ocean, surrounded by silence and waves. They want to spend some quiet moments in the middle of nowhere, just soaking in the beauty of the world together. Suddenly, Maya spots a mysterious island in the distance. It looks beautiful, untouched, magical. She insists they go there, even though Bobsy hesitates. But hey, it's their anniversary, and how can he say no to the woman he loves? So he gives in, smiles and says, "Alright, it's our special day. Let's go explore the unknown." They had no idea. This decision would change their lives forever. They set off in a small rubber boat, pushing through the waves toward the island. From afar, the island looked like paradise. But the moment they stepped foot on it, they realized something chilling. Not everything beautiful is safe. The place was abandoned, silent, desolate. It was like a ghost town. No birds, no animals, no sound, just emptiness. Still, Maya was determined to explore. "We came all this way," she said. "Let's not waste the opportunity." They wandered the island, curious and cautious. That's when they stumbled upon an old rusted war machine, like a relic from another era. Bobsy guessed maybe this island was once a base for scientific or military experiments. Or maybe something darker. What do you think? They climbed to the island's highest point, took a few photos, and paused to enjoy the moment. But just then, Bobsy looked up at the sky. Dark clouds were gathering fast. A storm was coming. Bobsy decided they had to leave immediately. But by the time they pushed their small boat into the water, the storm had already unleashed its fury. Waves crashed violently. The wind howled like a warning from nature itself. It was too dangerous. So they turned back. They built a tiny shelter with what little they had and waited for the night to pass. Thunder echoed in the dark sky, and they held each other tightly, hoping the morning would bring peace. But the next day, things got worse. Their boat was gone. Maya panicked. Did we forget to tie it properly? Bobsy was sure he had. But the storm must have carried it away. Still, they had to try. They took the backup boat and searched around the island. They circled it again and again. But there was no sign of the original boat. Nothing. Their only means of returning home vanished. Bobsy, desperate, tried going farther into the ocean, but fuel was low. He turned back. At this point, they realized the hard truth. They were stranded. Now began the real battle. Survival. They climbed to the island's highest cliff, hoping to spot a ship or any sign of life. But all they saw was ocean, endless and silent. They found a small stream with fresh water. It saved them from dying of thirst. Some wild berries gave them just enough strength to think straight. That's when Bobsy had an idea. "We need to signal someone." Anything. Anyone. He gathered sticks and created a giant SOS sign in the sand. But without a phone, without a radio, all they had was hope. Hope that someone, someday, would see their signal, even if it took a year or a lifetime. They scavenged the abandoned cottage ruins nearby, found a few old tools, maybe from people who once lived or died here. One day, Bobsy discovered skeletal remains of 3 people near the hills. It sent shivers down his spine. Were they trapped too? Did they die waiting, just like them? The thought made Bobsy stronger. He told Maya, "We can't give up. We won't be like them. We'll fight." But Maya was getting weaker. No matter what he said, the fear and hopelessness were eating her alive. And one evening she fainted. Bobsy ran and carried her back to the hut. She was burning with fever and barely breathing. That night, sitting in the corner, he made a decision. No more waiting. No more starving. He sharpened sticks and crafted a crude spear. The next morning, he led Maya, barely able to walk, to the other side of the island. That's when they saw them. Penguins. Dozens of them. Bobsy knew what had to be done. Maya couldn't bear the thought. She didn't want to harm anything. But survival is cruel. He hunted one penguin and prepared the meal. That night, for the first time in days, they ate real food. Their strength returned. Their minds cleared. For a brief moment, they felt human again. With food and water now available, their bodies began to recover. But mentally, they were still trapped. Because when you're waiting for someone to come save you, every second feels like a lifetime. Even paradise becomes a prison. Every sunrise brought the same hope, and every sunset took it away again. But still, they refused to give up. Because maybe, just maybe, one day someone would come, and if not, then at least they'd know they tried. Together, hand in hand against the silence of the sea, they waited,